Hello everyone, welcome to the channel The College Point. Today we will be learning about the different types of pyramid. This pyramid concept is a part of your first year open elective environmental education subject, and this specifically focuses on the different types of food chain and different types of pyramids that are involved for the understanding of the environment better. In total, there are three pyramids. We will be looking one by one to each one. First of all, we have to understand few terms which are related to this pyramid. The first is producer, second one is herbivorous, third is carnivorous, and the next is apex predators. When we say producer, these are the species which is found in the terrestrial, means on the land part of the earth, and it is in an ample quantity. Why I am saying it as an ample quantity? Because they generate their own food with the help of sunlight, right? And they also consume their nutrients and proteins through the soil. Okay, so as you know that these producers are your plants, they are your trees, and they are your grass, and these all three are generally found on the land ecosystem, or we can say the land territorial part of the earth. So as you understood about the producer aspect, the animals who are depending for food on these producers, they are known as herbivorous. So all animals who eat the plants, who eat the leaves of the trees, fruits of the trees, and they are depending on the grass, they are known as herbivorous. They do not eat any of the other organism or any other animal, and they are totally 100% vegetarian. They depend on the veggies, and that's why we say them as a herbivorous. The animals who are depending for food on the herbivorous are known as carnivorous. These animals are non-vegetarians because these animals depend on the herbivorous animals for their food. And along with this, now we will be focusing on the apex predators. These apex predators are also the carnivorous, but they totally depend for food on the carnivorous animals, as well as they also depend on the herbivorous animals. For example, when we say one of the apex predator in the reptile category, you will find snake, the for example the king cobra. The snake king cobra is eating the other carnivorous snakes also, right? And they also eat those animals who are the herbivorous, like rats. Okay, so there are different categories of apex predators into the different species of the animals. And as you understood of all these four components, now we will be moving towards the three important types of pyramids, and we will also discuss the inverted pyramid also one by one. So let's start with the first pyramid, that is pyramid of numbers. Before we start with the pyramid of number, we have to also understand the two different pyramids as well. As you can see here, the I have prepared the pyramid over here, and along with that I have also given the names to it. This is the producer. H stands for herbivorous, C stands for carnivorous, and A stands for apex predator. But we should not forget that your apex predator and carnivorous both are together. We are just discriminating them on the basis of the apex predators as well as the carnivorous, but both are under the category of carnivores only. So first we will be understanding the pyramid of number. After that we will be understanding about the pyramid of biomass, and then pyramid of energy. If you are able to understand these two concepts, that is pyramid of number and biomass properly, understanding pyramid of energy is not difficult. Basically all these three types of pyramids are very easy to understand. Dear students, please have a note of these two also. This is the pyramid I have drawn. The pyramid which is in a vertical position, or these three pyramids that we will be studying are the part of your vertical pyramid, and this vertical pyramid is also known as a cone shaped pyramid. So keep a watch on these things also, as it can be asked in your objective questions as well, that vertical pyramid is also known as a cone shaped pyramid. Now finally we will be starting with the pyramid of numbers, and we will explain and understand these concepts thoroughly. So here I have given the heading as pyramid of numbers, and to understand this pyramid of number is also known as the count of the animals under each terrestrial level. It is also known as the quantity under each territorial level, right? So as and when we move from bottom to top, or we move from top to bottom, we find the numbers of the animals increasing if we move from top to bottom, right? And we can see that the number of animals is decreasing when we move from bottom to top. So as we saw earlier, in the bottommost part we see the producer. Producers are the plants, grass and trees, which is found in a very large quantity on the entire earth wherever there is a land territory, right? The animals who are depending on these producers are known as herbivorous, and the animals who are depending on the herbivorous, they are known as carnivorous, and the animals who are depending on the carnivorous as well as herbivorous, they are known as apex predator. So the number of quantity, or we can say the size of those the amount of those animals decreases as and when we move up. This decrease is because of producers having ample of quantity, but there are few herbivorous which eats the producer, and in the same way there are few carnivorous who eat the herbivorous, and there are few apex predators who munch on these two animals as well. Okay, so this type of pyramid, the very common structure of pyramid, is known as pyramid of number, or pyramid of count of animals under each level of pyramid. Okay, if this concept is clear, then automatically we will be able to understand the pyramid of biomass and pyramid of energy. To understand the pyramid of biomass, let's break the word bio and mass. Bio means all the factors which are organic, right? All the animals who are living being, all the plants that have life, right? So bio basically means the nature, which is the organic aspect, and mass basically means the weight, right? So biomass, the pyramid of biomass means the total weight of all the living organisms under each level. Okay, pyramid of biomass says you have to take total under each level, right? You have to take total of all the producers, all the plants, all the grass, all the trees, and the total weight of them is known as a biomass under this category. You have to take the total, and or we can say the weight of all the herbivorous animals who are under this category, who are totally herbivorous, 100% herbivorous. The total of them is the biomass of that category or this level. And when you take the total weight of all the animals who are carnivorous, you get the biomass of this category. Now the pyramid of biomass can be understood with the help of this number based representation, right? The producer level, as the producers are in the largest quantity, the total weight is assumed as around 1000 kg. As you move up into this level, and when we come towards herbivorous, the total weight is considered as 100 kg, and the when we count the total weight of the carnivorous, we count the weight as a 10 kg. So it is basically a 10% reduce under each level as we move from bottom to top. This 10% is just assumed based on the research of the various researchers who are dealing with the category of biology and all. So this 10% reduce under each category is termed as the pyramid of biomass, and biomass is weighted under the kg, that is kilogram, or it can be considered in the basis of metric tons, that is mt. Now, as you understood type of pyramid, now we will be focusing on the pyramid of energy. This pyramid of energy is same as the pyramid of biomass, but the only difference is here the kg or metric ton is not the parameter of measuring the levels under each tropic levels of the pyramid. Now into the energy concept, we will be focusing on the kcal, that is the kilocalories concept. Okay, so the producers, as they are not moving, plants, grass, trees, they are not moving and they are just consuming and consuming the food, so we can assume that there are 1000 kilocalories they have been absorbing, right, into a some specific period of time. Then when herbivores munch on these producers, and they also respirate, they also excrete, they also run, they also run for their survival, they also mate to each other, so we can see that there is a reduction, or we can say a 10% reduction in their energy. So this 1000 becomes 100 kcal. Why? Because as we know that they run for their survival, they have multiple movements every day and night into their body as well as outside into the world also. So the energy is lost at the rate of 10%. This 10% is also decided by the researchers to measure the pyramid. If there is no concept of 10%, then you would not be getting the concept of pyramid, because pyramid is always moving from the bottommost broadest part to the narrowest part. As we move towards carnivorous also have to do daily struggles to hunt on the herbivorous, and that's why there is a loss of energy into there also. So this, as per the 10% reduction rule, the 100 kilocalories is reduced to 10 kcal, or we can say 10 kilocalories concept. This reduction of energy is shown based on the kcal concept, and it is reducing from bottom to top, and that's why this type of pyramid is known as a pyramid of energy. As you understood about all these three types of pyramids, when you invert this pyramid, or when you invert this vertical shape pyramid into this format, then it is known as inverted vertical pyramid, or we can also say it as a inverted cone shape pyramid. As you saw in the vertical pyramid on the territorial region, the same structure or the same type works into the inverted pyramid also. Inverted pyramid is best suited for the marine ecosystem, that is water ecosystem, ocean ecosystem. Hence we say inverted, we connect inverted pyramid into we connect it with the pond ecosystem, or we also say it as a marine ecosystem, or we can say it as a water ecosystem, as it specifically defines about all three ecosystems and the way the food cycle or food chain functions. So this pyramid also, as you have on the territorial level, you have producers at the bottom. Here you have the phytoplanktons at the bottom. Phytoplanktons are those organisms, very microorganisms, who are living organism, and they generate their food based on the sunlight, the sun rays that fall into the water. They absorb those sunlight, they process their food, and the nutrients they get from the river flowing, the river carrying the nutrients and getting merged with the ocean. So those nutrients are absorbed by them, and the process is done through the use of sunlight. And that's why all type of algae are the part of your phytoplankton. Now there are other organisms who eat such phytoplanktons, and that's why they are under the control. And those animals who eat them are larvas, shrimps, and krills. But yes, definitely, as producers has the largest quantity, in the same way phytoplanktons are autotrophs. They generate their own food and they grow on a very large scale, and that's why the larvas, shrimps, and krills are less in numbers as compared to them. Okay. And those animals who eat such larvae, shrimps, and krills, they are the sharks, whales, and orcas, right? So all such type of apex predators generally eat such microorganisms, and these microorganisms depend on the autotrophs, which are very very microorganism, as we cannot see phytoplanktons without using the some kind of tool. But yes, larvas, shrimps, and krills, we can easily see them. And these animals like sharks, whales, and apex predators, all this, they eat such krills, shrimps, larvas, as well as the small fishes, and they complete the whole inverted pyramid cycle. As we see, the number of organisms into the inverted pyramid is increasing from bottom to top. Why it is increasing? Because you will find few sharks and whales, but you will find a large quantity of shrimps, small species of fish, and krills, and all other organisms. And in the same way, you will find the largest amount of those phytoplanktons and those animals who are autotrophs generating their own food. So inverted pyramid is opposite of your normal territorial vertical pyramid. But one thing to note over here is inverted pyramid is only applicable in the water ecosystem, basically in the ocean ecosystem or the marine ecosystem, and the vertical pyramid is only applicable in the land ecosystem, including the air as well as land ecosystem. Now the last important point to note over here is, when you measure all this quantity of food, phytoplanktons and the microorganisms and the apex predators in terms of kg, you will see it as a pyramid of biomass. And when you look this into the category of KCAL, right, you will be looking it as a pyramid of energy. So hence this is the only difference between the pyramid of energy, pyramid of biomass, and pyramid of number. Depends upon the quantity, biomass depends upon the total weight, and energy depends upon the kilocalories or joules. It depends upon the way it is measured. And this ends with the part of the three different types of pyramid. Today we will close this part. In the next video we will be coming with some another way of another concept, another important concept. Keep visiting at the college point channel, so that you can get most of the knowledge related to academics beyond academic time. Thank you so much.